Welcome back to the Write Life 101. This is the second segment of writing a fantasy novel. World building is a key part of the fantasy genre. In the previous video, I talked about the setting of your novel. In this video, I'm going to talk about your characters because what's a setting without characters? You've now spent a great deal of time creating your very own world with all those castles and cave systems and rivers and forests. Now, it's time to really get decisive and create those memorable characters that will take your story from the beginning to its ending. In any genre, the creation of your characters is the most time-consuming and most important aspect of your story. Even if that genre is horror and you are creating a horror story that takes place where 5 people are trapped in an elevator, it doesn't matter. You are still required to create 5 individual and uniquely different characters. In the fantasy genre, creating characters is no different. Actually, there is a difference.
You need to create a whole lot more of them.
In the average fantasy novel, you can expect to find anywhere from 10 to 30 characters. And if it's an epic fantasy, that number starts at 20. In my fantasy novel, The Warrior Sage, I had a great deal more than 30 characters in it. Now, I have to confess, most of them were only in the story briefly. Just long enough to move the story along, offering some vital information or some kind of challenge. But I needed to give each and every one of them a name. And that wasn't all that easy. You can't say, okay, your name is Frank, and your name is Sanchez, and you are Ruby, and I'll call you Rita. Because those don't sound like names I would expect to find 800 years ago in the setting I've created. So what do you think those names might be?
I don't know, I'm not that old.
So off to the library I went again. But I didn't like the names I found, so I decided to make up my own. I'm not sure if some of them were already in existence, but they were all unique to me. And let me tell you, that took a very long time. But I came up with names like Telena, Vaden, Brunella, Nere, Alajean, Arena, Shantaean, Shale, Kalen, Tila Ray. Those last 3 actually were my kids' names. Then I got smart and I spent a few days just coming up with as many names as I could. And then each time I created a new character, I already had a name for them. But apart from just naming them, you must give your characters an identity. For the characters that are just there briefly, you don't need to spend too much time developing their identities, but they must have something that helps them to stand out amongst all of the others. But your major characters are the characters that you will need to really develop into relatable and memorable versions of realistic people. In my novel, I only had 6 major characters, which eventually became 8. I developed them in such a way that if I was to pick any one of them up and place them into their own story, they would do well. And that's really the key to developing a good character. You should be able to take that character and build an entirely new story around them. In The Silence of the Lambs, Agent Starling is the main character, and Hannibal Lecter is the secondary character, but he was developed so well, he ended up in a story of his own. In Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein is the main character, but the monster was developed as such a strong character that people often mistake him as Frankenstein, the main character. Just like in any genre, your main character needs a purpose, They can't just exist. They have to desire something, and they have to try to achieve that something at great risk to themselves. There was a story I read once. I can't remember what it's called, but this guy was given a poison that would kill him in a certain amount of days. But there was a cure. He just needed to find it. Here, the character has a purpose. He most definitely desires to achieve that cure at whatever cost, because if he doesn't, he will die. Most characters' motivation is a little more subtle than this, but the end result is the same. They can't believe that goal if they don't do more than they are normally willing to do to attain it. I mentioned earlier that your other main characters must also be relatable and memorable. In the fantasy genre, it's all about the struggle. So each of your main characters must struggle with something. You will undoubtedly give your main character a backstory. Well, give each of your major characters a backstory. Let your reader get to know them so they can relate to them and root for them. The same thing for your major villains. Your reader needs to know enough about them to know what kind of a threat they are to your major characters. There must be a real chance of your major characters being defeated before your reader can sympathize with them. In the third and final segment of writing a fantasy novel, I'll talk about creating conflict and tension in your story. Thanks for watching, and if you found anything that I said beneficial to you in any way, hit that subscribe button, because you never know. My next video might just be helpful too.